So now we would like to move on to our next session here. This is our student panelist discussion. Today, we have three excellent students who have joined us today. From your left, we have Zam, Luna, and Khan. Thank you for coming today, everybody. Everyone has prepared short presentations to introduce themselves. So I'll let them do that in order, starting with Zam, please. Thank you.
Hello everyone, how are you today? I am Zam. So let me start okay. So, my name is Shaiful Nizam. Please call me Zam. I'm from Malaysia. So my major is Information Systems Science and Engineering. I'm in my 4th year now, final semester. My campus is Biwako Kusatsu campus. So before I continue further, let me give a brief tour of my campus. So welcome to Ritsumeikan Biwako Kusatsu campus. So after passing the university main gate, you will see this view. This is the Frontier Avenue. And this is one of the 2 sports complex on our campus. This one is called BKC Sports Health Commons, where you will find swimming pool, a small gym, and a cafe. Our campus is the only one with a swimming pool. And this is one of the few buildings that we have our classes in. This particular one is called Forest House. So let's continue. So why did I choose ISSE? There are 3 reasons. The first one is ISSE is conducted fully in English. And this was the main factor for me to choose ISSE. Second, ISSE's learning, learning approach is project-based learning. This is unique to ISSE. And third and final, Ritsumeikan University provides scholarships to international students. For example, the tuition reduction scholarship. So what did I learn at ISSE? So personally, I covered 3 general areas: programming, machine learning, data science. And you heard the machine learning lecture just now. So for programming, I learned Python and Java as my major programming language, while C++, processing, and React are minor languages. As for related to machine learning, I had subjects like neural network, artificial intelligence, and embedded system. As for data science, I had subjects like statistical analysis, data visualization, and computer security. So in my 3rd year, 2nd semester, I had to choose a lab for my graduation research. So I chose the Intelligent Robotic Systems Lab. Here I learned how to program robots using a language for programming robots called ROS. I also use Python for data processing. So for my graduation research, it's about using a group of drones to find floods. So the idea is to help rescuers find flood survivors. So this is finally just to share one of my cultural experiences. In Kyoto, we visited an area around the Kiyomizudera temple. So the first 2 pictures from your left is at what you call it, pottery shop, where they conduct pottery making classes, where we tried at making clay mugs and vases. And the second place we visited is a ramen shop conducting classes for making ramen. So we had a lot of fun, and the ramen was very delicious. So thank you very much for listening. So the next presenter will be my friend Luna.
All right. Hello, everyone. Hope you're doing well. Okay, so my name is Luna. I'm going to go ahead with my self-introduction. So let me share my slide just a bit. Okay. So, hello everyone. My name is Luna. I am a fourth year Global Studies major student from Indonesia in Ritsumeikan University. And today I would like to share with you my study abroad experiences through the pictures on the slides today. Before heading into my experiences, as mentioned before as well, I would like to introduce my campus. So, as you all know, Ritsumeikan University has 3 main campuses, which is in Shiga, Kyoto, and Osaka. And my campus is in Kinugasa, Kyoto. And today I'm going to tell you more about my life in Kyoto. And just a brief overview about my major. My major is global studies. So basically it's international relations. And when we're talking about international relations, we're talking about international matters and how are we going to deal with them and the future of politics, etc. And in order to analyze that, we have 3 specific lenses, which are the politics and governance, economics and sustainability, as well as culture and society. My research right now, because I'm a 4th year student, is focusing on politics and governance, which is particularly post-colonial Indonesia. And enough of the overview of the courses. I think we can see on the websites. Right now, I'm going to share with you guys the pictures that are not in the website, so it's my pictures. So I'm going to share with you guys my 3 years in Ritsumeikan University as an international student in Kyoto. So as you see here, in the picture on the left, it's my dorm life. So in my first year, I had to live in a dorm, and it was so much fun because it's full of international students, and there's so many intercultural activities that we did together. It was particularly interesting for me because that was the first time I was able to interact with so many people from different cultural backgrounds. So I learned a lot from this experience as well. And on the right side, there's an intercampus event as well. I remember this is an event in OIC campus in which they have Asia Festival. And we were visiting our senpais, or our seniors, which are Indonesians. And they created a booth about Indonesia. And of course, we had to take pictures with our national pride product, which is Indomie. And you can see we're smiling so happily on the right side of the picture. Not only that, on my first year, I was enrolled in this class called Academic Skills, in which they teach you about research and also how to write papers. And I remember the professor often invites us for a dinner, especially this left picture right here is a Christmas dinner. So it was particularly an interesting experience because we were able to talk more with the professors and also create connections with other people as well. And outside of university, there's also so many events in Kyoto. For example, on the right picture, there's like this yukata festival in which you can rent a yukata and then just go around Kyoto with other international students. So that was particularly interesting as well. On my second year, this is my highlight. I joined a global simulation gaming program, which is the highlight of the global studies major. So in global simulation gaming, we're able to take on a role of a certain country, and we are preparing for the D-Day for 1 semester. So in this one, I was the president of Sudan, and my team was like Sudan, and we had to debate with other countries, etc., about world peace, etc. So it was really interesting. And I was also part of the BBP project team member, which is a Beyond Borders Plaza, and I was able to create events for Japanese and also international students. And this was a poster I made about a seminar that we made for second years. And lastly, third year, my third year. Just last semester, I joined GSG again, but not as a participant, so I am an educational supporter. So I help the second year students in their studies and preparations for one semester. And also I joined this convention, ZEMI convention, in which we had to participate in a research competition. And our ZEMI research about the IR psychology of vaccines. That was really interesting as well. So, of course, my study abroad life here is not always rainbows and sunshines. There's always like challenges as well. But I think the value of learning abroad is that it really makes an interesting experience in your life, and it makes you a greater person as before. And I can't wait for you guys to experience the same thing as well. So thank you so much for listening to my presentation today. The next one will be presented by my friend Khan. Thank you.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. Can you hear me? So, just a brief introduction about myself. My name is Khanh, and currently I'm the student from CIPS. Now I will share my screen. So, just some basic information about me. I'm from Ritsumeikan University, and my major is CIPS, which is Community and Regional Policy Studies. I'm currently in my third year now. I want to share you a bit about the things I wish I knew before when I come into CIPS. First thing I want to share, Japanese in CIPS and also in Japan is really important. So when you enter Ritsumeikan University, you are required to take intensive Japanese course from the first year and work towards the goal of achieving intermediate Japanese level when you graduate. And also, academic English is also very important because all the classes in CIPS is in English. So basically, when you study in CIPS, you will be able to study two languages, which is Japanese and English. And this is really important when you want to be more adaptable in the multicultural world, and very good for you when you study higher education. And also, when it comes to Japan, I think one of the things you will have to face is the cultural shock, because things in Japan is really unique and it might be a bit different from your country. So I want to say that it is really normal to experience those kind of feelings. And by the way, the students from CIPS and Ritsumeikan University is very open, and this will be very useful for you to make friends and develop your relationship. And also at Ritsumeikan University and College of Policy Science, you will have a chance to take your time to develop your major, which is a sustainable urban policy program, a regional economy and development program, and last is a multi governance program. So for more details of information, please visit the website of Ritsumeikan, and you will be able to see all of those information. And I just want to say that in the third and fourth year, you will have the chance to work in a seminar in which you will work with professor and make your own research, which is very precious chance for you to make a thesis yours. Next, I think this is also the picture that has not been introduced in the website. It's my life in Japan and CIPS. One thing I want to say is that when I entered Ritsumeikan University, it was when the COVID-19 has very popular, and we all have to take online classes. But I believe that it is also the chance for students because it was very flexible, and Ritsumeikan University is also flexible, and they create the chance for you to take in all the form the studies you want. And on the right side of the slide is the academic fiesta, one of the annual events of the College of Policy Science. this is the chance for you to meet all of your friends and have the competitions of the research and we will have a chance to see how your friends is doing well. And on the picture is my friend. She's from Vietnam and she's the winner of the competition. Next on things I want to share is that when you come to Japan to study, you will have the chance to experience the unique and precious culture here. And Japan is always very beautiful in this aspect. And this is me of my life in Japan. For me, I'm the person who's very into the nature. So I love to see flowers and everything in Japan is just so beautiful. Thank you for listening to me, and I'm looking forward to seeing all of you at Ritsumeikan.
Okay, thank you for your introductions, everybody. Now we will move on to a short panel discussion. Of course, if any of you out there have questions for the panelists, you can put them in the Q&A box. We'll get to those not in this session, but at the end of the event. So, first of all, let's start off here. So Ritsumeikan University encourages students to challenge themselves. How have you challenged yourself? Well, here, big question, I know. I'll start with Zam, please.
Okay, so the challenge that I faced actually it took place last year, third year, second semester. So I was I volunteered to help my professor with one of his research, and we end up trying to write. I helped him write this research paper that we try to publish. Next month, there is a convention called IROS in Kyoto. Though, sad to say that our paper didn't get accepted. It's very competitive, but yes. So that's one of the challenges, writing an actual research paper.
Right. Okay, thank you for sharing. How about for Luna?
Question. I bet like all of us have experienced challenges in life as also like my colleagues here and also myself. But I think one of the most interesting challenges I've faced academically is trying to question my own biases in terms of academic knowledge. So really asking back like, is what I know really the truth? Is what I know is really the single universal truth? So with dialogues with professors and also with people from different cultural backgrounds, I was able to understand my own biases and I was able to kind of reform my way of thinking and my way of seeing things and the perspectives on this world. And I think overcoming that is such a big challenge and it's such a long challenge. And I'm truly grateful that I was able to partake in kind of like trying to overcome this challenge when I'm a student at Ritsumeikan University. But I understand it's still a long journey, so I can't wait for you guys to experience the same kind of challenges that I faced and also my colleagues as well. Thank you.
Thank you very much. How about you, Khan?
All right. I think when it comes to challenge, I like the challenge because we can see our hidden abilities when we face something hard, right? So basically, when I come to Japan, my Japanese skill is like zero. I didn't know Japanese. I just like the culture. And when I come here, one of my biggest challenge is that I have to learn Japanese intensive within the syllabus. But yeah, after a year now, I think I'm very confident with my Japanese. And it is not only the challenge, but also the chance, opportunity that Ritsumeikan University has given me to challenge myself. Yes.
Okay, thank you for your answers, everybody. Next question, I'm going to go a little bit more simple. What is your favorite class? And maybe more importantly, why? Yeah, what's your favorite class and why? And yeah, I'll start with Zam again, if that's okay.
So my favorite class is PBL, the project-based learning that I mentioned earlier. So in PBL, it's a lab actually. So I like to create things. So the lab enables me to do that. So what we learn in our classes, we apply it in our PBL labs. So that's one of my favorite class. And the most interesting one was, I think it was in my third year lab. We had to merge two projectors, pictures from two projectors, and make it into one picture. So we had to write a program for that. So it was quite interesting.
Okay, thank you. How about Luna?
The question. My favorite class so far is called Global Simulation Gaming, as I've mentioned before, because it's not exactly just staying in class and listening to lectures, but one whole semester, you organize your own thing. So you with your group members are assigned to a certain role. For example, if you're a country, you're going to assign who's going to be the president, who's going to be the vice president, prime minister of economy, environment, etc. And I remember my team was Sudan, and I was given the opportunity to be the president of Sudan. And for one semester, I had to research about Sudan and how to kind of like improve the economy, etc., especially with all the other group members being, for example, NGO, international organizations, etc. And during the GSG day, which is before summer vacation, around June or July, we're all going to meet, and it's going to be like a global convention kind of thing. There's going to be UN Security Council. You can join in debates. For example, we were debating about a certain probability of a civil war happening, and you can take sides in which do you support the civil war or do you not, and what's your reasoning, and you have to debate with other actors, and that is truly an interesting experience that I have. So I'll have to say favorite class, Global Simulations Gaming. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. How about Khan? What's your favorite class so far, and why?
So I think all of the classes at Ritsumeikan and the College of Policy Science always give us the chance to deepen our knowledge, and as well as to see the problems around the world and how to solve it. So actually, all of the classes is my favorite. Actually, I love studying. But when it comes to the class that I enjoy the most, I think it is one of the class called general education, related to music and art, because yeah, I love listening to music, and the classes has explored how the relationship between music and art has the impact on the world, and also the culture and the difference between culture between music for instance, Japan and Vietnam, and a lot of problems around art in general. So I didn't expect to learn this before I come to Ritsumeikan University. But when I come here, I realized, wow, this is amazing for me to study it.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, next question. More of an open question, but could you share about the atmosphere of the classes and your relationships with professors or classmates? This time, though, I would like to actually shift the order a little bit, if that's okay. And I'll start with Luna first. Sorry.
Okay, that's a surprise, but thank you for the question. Actually, for the atmosphere of the classes, is
yes,
it right?
atmosphere, yes.
Actually, for different classes, of course, the atmospheres are different. But for this particular question, I'm going to describe the atmosphere in my ZEMI class. So ZEMI is like an advanced seminar. So if you're going to write your graduation thesis, you're supposed to choose a certain professor or certain class, which is called a ZEMI, and you join their ZEMI and then join from third year and then graduate fourth year, so on. So in my ZEMI, every time we have class, there's this one session contributed for like 2 months or so, in which we discuss a reading for that semester. One person from each ZEMI will present a chapter, and then we're going to have a debate. So basically, every time I go to class, I have to be prepared to fight, like academically or whatever. Yeah, I have to prepare to fight, and I think that's really nice. And like, it's not the fighting part, it's nice, but it's more of like, you know, you're able to try to convey your opinion and try to answer like, why do you have that opinion? And not to be personally affected by it, you know, because it's a professional setting. So when you go debate other people, or like when you support other people in a big discussion groups, that professionalism is kind of like nurtured, and I think I really like that about my Zemi. And also the open-mindedness, because the people in the Zemi are from various different cultural backgrounds, and of course with different various cultural backgrounds, they have different various opinions, etc., upbringing, etc. So open-mindedness and also empathy, understanding, critical thinking, as well as professionalism is being nurtured through these open discussions every Zemi class. So it's, in short, I would say it's a very engaging class that really challenges your potential.
Okay,
Thank you.
I'll continue with the shifted order, actually. I'll go to Khan next. Could you tell us about the atmosphere of your classes?
Actually, yeah, in all of my classes, one of the key words that I have to bear in my mind is that there is no right answer. Right, so basically, the role of the policymakers is to see the problem and to create the good policy and to tackle the problems. So actually, the professors, my peers, my international friends, they are all my friends. They are all my supporters. And when we come to the class, as Luna has said, actually it is more like a debate. It is more like we are consulting the problems together and to see, wow, I understand your idea. Wow, I see this is very interesting. So actually the learning atmosphere is very comfortable, and we are just feeling, we are just comfortable to share what we are want to say, and just keep in mind that there are no right answers. Yeah, that's my share.
Okay, thank you very much. How about you, Zam?
So for me, I would like to focus on my research lab. The professors at my lab are very, very supportive. They will go out of their way. If you need something, they will help you get it. And I think how do you say, they make the lab more close-knit. So like in my lab, from my batch, there are 5 guys. So from my batch. And then we also have juniors who are using that class for their PBL labs. And what they ask us, the seniors, to do is like become their assistant to teach the juniors what the labs does. So it's like they made the lab into one big family. So that kind of feeling.
Okay, thank you very much. For time, we're going to speed around one more quick question. And we're going to start at the other end, just preparation, just so you know. Yeah, are you involved in any extracurricular activities, and what do you do? Yeah, speed around extracurricular activities. I'll start with Khan first, please, if that's okay.
Yeah, so I think for me currently, I didn't have the chance to take part in any of the part-time jobs. If I have, I just be the ES or the TA from Ritsumeikan University. So I'm grateful for all the opportunities I'm given. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. We're going to kind of continue the shifted rotation and go to Zam next.
So for me, I didn't join in any circles or clubs, but I do volunteer work. So the volunteer work that I've done so far is Ritsumeikan English Camp. That was in 2019. And then in 2020, I volunteered for a sports camp where we look after kids from junior to middle school. So basically, there are about 80 children, and they're each divided into 4 groups, each group with 4 volunteers. So each group 4 volunteers taking care of 20 children. And the children will learn different types of sports. So I like volunteer works.
Cool. Okay. And finally, Luna.
For my second year, I joined the Beyond Borders Plaza project team member, in which you just create events for intercultural activities. between Japanese students and international students. I also joined Orita. It's like you kind of like welcome the undergraduate students, the freshmen, into campus. So it's my orientation group. For my third year, I joined to be the educational supporter for global simulation gaming. And currently, I'm also doing part-time jobs as an English teacher in Shiga and also Osaka. And then I'm also enrolled in an internship in a small nonprofit. It's a remote internship. Thank you.
Okay, everyone sounds pretty busy. But yeah, everybody, thank you so much for sharing about your experiences. There will, of course, be a Q&A section for everyone at the end of the event.